welcome to Legal Break. I'm Maureen Akers, and with us today is Gary Bruce. Gary, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me again.
As always, and we're talking about issues that are out there in the news as related to the legal field. And today we're talking about recently in Palm Beach County, there was a pretty major lawsuit. A mother of a victim who was shot in a condominium is suing the owner, because she's saying they didn't provide, adequate security. Right. Tell us a little bit about that and who's responsible.
Well, these are cases that happen everywhere, not just Florida. They happen. In fact, we had one here in Columbus recently. The issue is, was there adequate security?
Right.
And if you don't provide adequate security when you're on notice of a problem, then you may have civil liability. So that becomes the question. Was it reasonable? What you did reasonable? Did you have a duty to protect or provide security in the complex or business or whatever environment it is, and did you fail to meet that duty?
Right.
So that's the question that juries are given to determine whether there should be damages awarded.
Right. So the owner has a responsibility. What if there is, I guess, if you would say a heated crime wave, or the areas been known for these kinds of things? Does that raise the level of responsibility of an owner of a business or condo?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that really is what the issue is. If you don't ever have any problems, and I don't have a security guard at my office, thank heavens. I don't think we need one. But if you have a situation where there's crime and you know about it, then it's like any tort, really. It's about, do you have a duty? Do you breach that duty? Does it cause an injury? And when you know of a problem,
right, and
you don't do anything about it, then you've breached a duty. And that's what the question then becomes. What I find interesting about these big verdicts sometimes, and especially in this kind of setting where there's multiple people involved, is that the courts will instruct juries many times to apportion the damage, the percentage of fault. So we don't hear about that part of it a lot of times.
No,
the
we
jury
don't.
will be said, all right, give award of damages for the value of the life. That's the big number. But then they may say that the apartment owner, the condo owner, had 30% responsibility. The person that was injured had 25% responsibility. Maybe the shooter had 40% responsibility. And so then the judge then at the end applies those percentages to the award of damages. And that's how sometimes you can have a big verdict that really doesn't reflect how the damage is apportioned among the parties.
Right.
And I think that brings some justice and clarity to the situation, and when you're dealing with joint tortfeasors and many people involved.
Absolutely, and I guess applies some of that responsibility as we talked about. So very interesting cases in the news. Thank you so much for joining us today, Gary, and we look forward to seeing you on the very next Legal Break.